Not being able to live up to what I'm supposed to be for my wife and my family, because in my mind, I'm letting my whole family down. I wouldn't feel right if my kid come to me and say, "Hey, Pop, I want something," and I know he deserves it and I can't get it because I ain't working hard enough. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
It'll hurt me to my soul, goddamn me. My wife's birthday come around and you know what I'm saying, the only thing I can get for her is some roses. I can't even take her out nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It'll hurt me to my soul, bro. It'll hurt me to my soul to where I have to pick between my goddamn light bill and my water bill because I ain't hustling hard and I ain't living up to what I said I was gonna do for my woman and for my family. It'll hurt me to my soul, bro.
All right. Welcome to Grown Man Talking Incorporated. We are going to have a spicy topic today, so make sure you share, comment, and make sure you hit that like button. A man's hidden living fears is what we're talking about tonight, but make sure that you set your notifications so you don't miss another topic. Also, what we got going on coming up tomorrow, disrespectful line in the generational lane. When you're dealing with a disrespectful grown kids in the household, hey, let's talk about it. Also, don't forget, we got the Powerful Poet contest going on. Deadline is April 15. Make sure you get your videos over. If you're a poet and you know it, or you know a poet, send them on over to Spicy Gray or either Dwight Robertson's inbox, and we'll send those videos over there. You never know, you might become 2025 Powerful Poet. Now, over to our host, Dwight.
Hey, and welcome to Grown Man Talking, everybody. I hope y'all are having a great Friday, and I hope y'all staying warm. It is kind of chilly out there now, but hopefully by, I believe, by Sunday and Monday it should be warmer in the 60s and 70s, but it'll still be cold at night. And also shout out to Mr. Britton. You know, here you're not feeling well, so praying for you that you feel better. And we'll see you soon. And like Spicy said, y'all, you know, the poetry contest, you know anybody, you know, have them get in contact with her and myself. And also don't forget to watch Women of Bible tomorrow so we can talk about this. I'll definitely be watching that show. Okay, so let's talk about some of the fear that men go through when it comes to, I mean, it's a young man, middle-aged man, old man, and his finance, age. I mean, it all comes with it. Men fears a lot of things. I don't think, you know, some people say they're not afraid of anything, but I believe everybody has a certain fear that they hide or they just fear. So we're going to talk about, so we're going to bring on the guys to talk about it. So let's bring on Dez. Are you in the house? Come on and join us, my brother.
Hey, how's everybody doing this evening?
All right. Doing good. You staying warm?
I'm trying my best because, boy, we've been having this Arctic blast and, excuse me, waking up to below sub-zero temperatures. Woo!
Yeah,
it's been interesting.
I've seen it, my brother. Stay safe, stay warm out there. And King D, you in the house? Come on in, my brother.
He lost reception, so hopefully he'll be joining us later.
Well, King D, if you can, get back with us later. All right, so Brother Dez, I believe, all men, suffer from a thing of fear, and what that fear might be. It's a lot of different things, and you hear a lot of men talking about certain things and they fear. And of course, most of us don't talk about it, some of us do. So, the video we just saw, now, I have something to say about it. I want to hear what you got to say. What you got to say about that video we just saw about that man saying that, he feel bad when he can't afford things for his kids or his wives. How do you feel about that?
I mean, as a man, you're going to naturally have those feelings because, you want to feel like you can be that provider. So I understand exactly what he's going through because I've been in that situation, not being able to provide for children, not being able to do things for my wife, things of that nature, and I would just say, one of my, one of the fears that I have to face every day is like literally being a failure in the eyes of those who know my potential.
Right. Right.
That's one of the things that kind of keeps me motivated. And I may not always appear that I'm working on that or striving for that, but that is the one
Mm-hmm.
thing that's always in the back of my mind. How you gonna disappoint somebody that knows and sees something in you that you don't see, and just because you don't see it, that doesn't mean that it does not exist.
Exactly. You're
You
right.
know,
You're
so
right.
that's one. That's one of them. That's the
Mm-hmm.
main one. So, but that's the main one.
That's the main way. No, I agree with you because I think most men, some men, been through that same issue. I also been through that issue. When it gets to that point, and that if you people, you fail, you feel like you don't want to fail, and you're supposed to be a provider, and if you can't get what your kids need, or you can't do something for your wife, girlfriend, fiance, you have that thing like, dang, if I'm like, I don't feel like I'm good enough. Maybe she deserves somebody better. Maybe my kids should have had a different father that can give them that. But I just want to tell the men out there, if your wife and your kids truly love you, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna be real with it. It doesn't matter. If they truly love you, then they will understand daddy's having a hard time, but daddy gonna do his best, and they're gonna appreciate whatever daddy do. But like I said, I can feel what the man saying because if you're not making the money, you will sit there and think about how I'm gonna get this light bill paid, or how I'm gonna get food for my children, or just something special for your wife, your girlfriend, somebody that has your back, and you want to do something great for them. You want to give them something that they deserve or they desire to have. And when you can't do it, it puts fear in your heart because some men believe, okay, she gonna probably end up leaving me. She gonna probably try to find somebody else to be with, and they think about that too because that's in the back of their mind as well. So have you ever had those thoughts? When you was in a relationship, have you ever thought that maybe the woman that you love and she loved you, and you was going through the struggle? Do you have a fear that she might try to leave you for somebody else because you couldn't give her what she needed?
Well, yes, naturally, but luckily I was reassured that if she was gonna leave me, it wouldn't be because of that.
Right. Oh,
So,
damn.
because that's not what it was about in the first place.
Right.
They were genuinely with me because they wanted to be with me.
Right. Right.
So, but sometimes we can have those thoughts, and because I've
Right.
had those thoughts before. Yeah, I mean, there
Mm-hmm.
have been many a times I'll be like, man, look, if you don't do this, she about to bounce.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and sometimes that could be a reality,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it's not. It's just that little subconscious that, well, I can't speak for nobody else but me, but sometimes
Right.
my subconscious does eat up at me, and
Yeah.
and especially when I know or I feel that I could be doing better,
Right.
that's when it gets me more.
Yeah. I agree with you, my brother. And I'm gonna say this. I had a best friend named Ron Bowie that God bless his soul. He passed on years ago. And that actually happened to him. He was having a hard time, but he was a hard worker. He was my boy. I mean, we even worked together, and him and his family was kind of struggling a little bit, and and he used to tell me, he said, hey, I'm having arguments with my girl. She's saying I need to do more, or I can't, it's something that I can't get her. The son loved him. His son loved him to death. So, kids, you're a good father. Those kids love you regardless if you can get them something or not. They just want your love. But uh, he ended up, well, he didn't end up, she did break up with him. And the reason why she broke up with him, because she felt like he wasn't doing enough. And that was one of his main fears. And he was hurt by it. I mean, he tried to play it off and said, well, you know what? Maybe this is God way telling me I need to get with somebody, or maybe this is whatever. But deep inside, when we were sitting there talking, he was truly hurt because he'd been with this lady for a while. It was, he was somebody he loved, and they kind of went to school together. And for him not able to get what she wanted, and I told him, hey man, she's not the one anyway, because if she been with you from the beginning, and she see you struggling, and she see your potential, she see that you are trying your best,
Mm-hmm.
and she couldn't just maybe sit it out. I mean, because we was younger back then, and she just decided to leave you. So maybe it's better off that she's gone. But he didn't want to hear that because he really loved the woman. You know what I'm saying? He truly loved her, and that kind of hurt him real bad. It kind of hurt him, and a lot of men go through that when they can't do the things they used to do, or they can't get there. Sometimes some of these women leave them. I mean, and that right there is some of men's great feeling, especially when they love that woman, and that's the woman that kind of pushed them to try to push them to the next level. When she leave you and don't have faith in you no more and everything, that does something to your soul, your ego, and everything. So,
oh yeah, it will get to you, but
yeah,
over time, all wounds do heal.
true.
It just
Yeah,
may
you
take
right
some
about
time. You just with situations like that, because I've been in those situations before, where
that.
it's
Right.
hard to get over somebody like that.
True.
You just not going. They always say, the quickest way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else, but no,
Yeah,
that's not true.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
not true at all.
True at
Because
all.
all you're gonna do is end up sitting up there up under that other person, thinking
Right.
about the one you ain't got over yet.
But you know what, brother Dez? I'll tell you this. Now, after a few years, he was doing super good. Oh, he was doing excellent. Now, I'll tell you, we one time we all went to eat downtown in San Antonio at Denny's. It was me, my twin brother, Vicky, little some other people, Jeffrey, and all of us. So we went to this Denny restaurant downtown. Okay, guess who we saw? We saw
Y'all saw the X.
Saw the X. Oh, we saw the ex, my brother. We saw, and the look on her, because see, she was a waitress there, right? So she seen him, looking good, chilling, having fun. Now we had quite a few females with us, so it wasn't nobody dating, but she didn't know that because she probably thought one of those girls that was sitting at the table, he was probably dating one of them. That's what she was thinking. But she see that he was doing good. He was happy. He was just doing this thing. So we just laughing, doing this, and she coming over back to the table, giving him ugly looks. I said, man, she really giving you some nasty looks. But ain't she the one that wanted to leave because, you was struggling. You was struggling to pay the bills, and you was always scared and worried about it. It was one of your greatest fears and all this other stuff. And you was afraid of her leaving, and it kind of took you down. But now, like you said, there's shoot, you get over that. Yeah, it just makes you stronger and you get over it. And I guess she saw that. Look at him. He all happy, doing good.
All that was just her realizing and projecting the anger that she felt within herself upon him for her mistake.
Yeah.
So,
and you're right. Like, I'm gonna tell you what. Now, check this out. She was dating one of the cooks in the back. Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Now, the man that's cooking our food, right? So tell me how my boy, after we ate and sit there, get back to my house. Oh, I think they put a bunch of Atlex on his food. That lesson. I mean, when we got to man.
Oh, we got a special wonton super for you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because he tried to eat real healthy, and when we got back to our place, he said something's wrong. I'm like, what's wrong? He was holding his stomach, and you can hear his stomach go.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh dog, what the hell? So he was effed up, my brother. He went to the bathroom and he killed my bathroom. Oh, he killed the bathroom. He killed it bad. So we figuring, hey, I think somebody might have put something in your food. And we was talking about, your ex was there. We thinking she might have did it because she was mad because she the one that left him because he wasn't making the money and he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do, and she left him. And she's seeing him sitting there having a good time, thinking he dated one of those girls. So later on, we found out that the boyfriend he put some stuff in his food to make him go to the bathroom.
Wow.
Now, they both got in trouble. Nobody went to jail, but they lost their jobs. They lost their jobs, and that's just crazy. How you not? The man was scared because he you was gonna leave him what you did because he was working his ass off trying to make this money, and you didn't want to stay with him, and then when you left the man, you can't even see the man happy. The man's happy. You mad about that now? Come on, man. Come on.
Of course, people will get mad when they see you happy while they miserable. Because, like you said, she was dating a cook.
Yeah,
She
you
was
see what I'm
dating-
saying? She back there dating the cook, and I mean, and then look, I ain't gonna lose my job for nobody. I let some woman I'm dating say, hey, that's the man I left because he wasn't making money, and I want you to do A, B, and C. I ain't shoot. I guess you're gonna leave me because I'd be damn. I'm gonna do something to lose my job and put myself in jeopardy. No, I ain't doing nothing. But that fool went on and did her requests and ended up losing his job. And so I guess she's gonna leave him now since he can't. Now he lost his job and ain't got no money. So I guess she's gonna leave him too.
they both jobless and upset, facing their fears.
Yeah. Hell yeah, but you see how it turned around because, like I said, me and him was real close, and as a man, that's the thing. He was proud. He wanted to make money to give his sons things, and I can understand. It hurts when you see your child. Your child might want a certain pair of pants or a certain toy, and you busting your behind to work, and basically you trying to keep a roof over your head. And a lot of people understand that. You working hard, trying to keep a roof over the head, trying to keep food on the table. And yeah, you would like to do nice things for your kids and your girlfriend, your wife, or whoever she may be. And like I said, they should understand. I mean, kids sometimes, you got to talk to them, but the girlfriend or wife or the woman you with, she should at least understand that. But some men, they feel that way, that if they're not bringing that paper in, they're gonna be walking out the door, and that's one of the men's greatest fears, especially if they love that woman.
Yeah. There he is, King D. Welcome
What's
in,
up,
brother.
King
Welcome
D?
in.
What's up?
I'm back here struggling like a mug.
King D was scared to come on the show now. King D, I'm gonna ask you: have you ever had the fear of not able to get your girlfriend or kids the things they need? Have you ever had that fear that, wow, I can't get them this or I can't get them that? Has it ever crossed your mind? And have you ever got fear about that or felt nervous about that?
I mean, I'm not gonna necessarily say nervous about it because I'm open and honest with my kids. So
right.
If I can't get it, I just tell you, hey, what? Because I'm very you know what I'm saying? So
right.
Like, I don't. But 9 times out of 10, most of the time when my kids, especially my daughter, when she asks for something, I'd be like, I ain't getting you shit. And they're doing it anyway.
Oh my God! But
I don't have no type of fear about it because I mean, life happens, and I tell my kids, hey, not this week, next week, we all come.
Yeah, and see, King, I'm glad you said that because like I said, a lot of men, some men out there, they fear that. They fear if they can't get their girlfriends, their wives, their fiance, the children, something, they feel like I let them down, or they feel like the kids are not going to love them that much, love them the way they should be loved, or the wife or the girlfriend going like, wow, we've been here for quite some time, and he can't get me that car I want that costs about $80,000 or whatever the case may be. And a lot of men have that fear if they can't give their wives or girlfriends the things they want, they're gonna leave them. And that's just one of the biggest fears, Now I'm like you, King D. I'm like, well, shoot, you want to leave? There's that door.
I think most men do that, but
if you're gonna leave because I can't get you something, you didn't love me from the beginning. I mean, this is the way I feel about it.
Well,
you're gonna leave
exactly.
And I agree, especially when you've been together for a long time. But see, some women, I'm not saying all, but some women, they with you, but then they looking at, you getting there bit by bit. It's like they want you to zoom up. And some men get that fear because some women are impatient. And then they get that fear like, dang, I really don't want her to leave me. I don't want my family to, because especially you have babies with this lady, you don't want this woman to leave you to go be with some other knucklehead out there that might do something to the kids. But forget her. If she give a knucklehead and he, act crazy for her, that's on him. But I don't want you putting my kids out here with some other guy that might, you just don't know. And a lot of guys, they fear that. They fear if I can't give her what she want and everything, and you can't do the keep her there. And then, of course, when the woman go, guess what? The kids gonna go with her. And a lot of guys fear that.
Yeah, but I think we as men, I think we got greater fears than that.
Well, but yeah, we got a whole bunch of. I tell you what, I got a whole bunch of greater fear than somebody, leave me for some money. But we're gonna definitely talk about that, y'all. But right now we're gonna be back in 2
and 2.
Yeah. Be back, y'all.
Fear of giving themselves fully to one woman.
Why are they so afraid?
Well, because they've been hurt before. Most guys who live that life have been hurt before. A man could even grow up being a player. Maybe he had uncles, cousins that all said, have your fun, do your thing. And no matter how much he's been programmed and trained to be a player, he will meet a woman at some point that he's willing to throw in his player card for. He's like, forget it, I only want her. The problem is men are not taught how to handle when they feel that way about a woman. They don't understand how to go about it, so they mishandle the situation. People get hurt, things go left, and now when everything blows up, he's resenting love. He's resenting maybe that woman. He now shuts down, and to him the solution is, I'm not going to give my heart to one woman again.
Right.
So multiple women is a coping mechanism for him.
Also, remember to tune in tomorrow as the Queens will be back on your screen talking about the disrespectful line in the generational lane. Let's address these problems that we're having with these grown kids being disrespectful. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Back over to Dwight.
Yeah, let's talk about those kids tomorrow. But anyway, before I get to y'all, that video we saw, I don't really agree with everything that what the young man said in that video. I mean, I just don't personally. But Dez, what's your take on that video? What's your thoughts on that video we just saw?
I understand what he said 100% because I was that guy.
Oh.
And this is how long ago it started. It started all the way back in high school. All the way back in high school. I stopped talking to every other female in the school I was talking to. It was gonna be me and her. We were soulmates. Birthday the same day. We just 2 years apart. Birthday the exact same day.
Mm-hmm.
She's an athlete. I'm an athlete. She played on the basketball team. I played on the basketball team. She played on the softball team. I played on the baseball team.
Right.
And then one day she left me. She's like, she didn't want to do it no more. And at that moment, I was like, you know what? I ain't going through this no more. I'm not going to do it.
So with that being, with that just like, I guess, so with that being said, it's just like, it just made you feel that what's the word, what's the meaning of
what's the point of the point back was now that was the old me.
Right.
Let me get that out there right now. But but at that point I was literally like, what's the point of me just giving all of myself to one person when one person can't give all of themselves to me?
Yeah.
And now, over the years, after I looked back at it and thought about it, it was more or less not that I gave myself to my all of myself to this one person, that it was a bad thing. I just gave all of myself to the wrong this one person.
Yeah, that's true.
Because her and her wife are happily married to this day.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Pump the brakes.
You heard what I said.
Pump the brakes. Oh, hey, each their own, but you said, did you say her and her wife?
They are happily married.
Well,
so,
you know what? that wasn't your fault. She was just trying to find herself. I guess I guess we got the answer why she did what she did. I mean, hey, but
Oh
go ahead.
yeah. Over the years, I figured out.
Yeah.
But see, this is before that became a thing.
Oh, okay. I got
It wasn't like there was more all out in the open like it is now.
Wow.
Because there's a whole. I mean, it was a whole clique of them.
Yeah.
It was a whole clique of them,
Yeah. I ain't
and
gonna lie. I might
come
give
to
it
find out, even my sister was one of them. But hey,
right.
it is what it
It
is.
is
Life
what it is.
goes on.
Yeah,
So
life does.
for some time, but I said all that to say I understand exactly what he's talking about in that
Yeah.
video, because at that point in my life, I didn't know how to handle that
Right.
that type of
That
rejection.
type of rejection. You're right.
I could handle somebody rejecting me that I wasn't giving all of myself to, because I'd be like, okay, oh well, just on to the next one. But
Right.
when you give yourself to all of yourself to one person, and that one person rejects you and puts you in a position of inferiority and makes you kind of feel like you're not worthy of them, it will do something. It will play on your mental,
It will.
especially if you don't have a strong mind.
You ain't lying. And before I get to King D,
I got to fire up a cool on that.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of, because I'm trying to think, because usually I was running because I was goofy and silly, so I was basically trying to get away from girls that was trying to keep talking to me and everything as I got older. But I get you saying, because it was one woman that I put myself into, and she kind of did the same thing. She was, how can I say it? We was tight. We was like Bunny and Clyde. We was, and what she was trying to do, she was trying to get me to, because at that time, I was my mom was going through some stuff. She was trying to get me to between, the pick between her and my mom. Now me and her wasn't married, we just date. But I said, hey, my mom is sick. She going through some things. I just can't pick up and move to New York City and everything. And so when she picked up and moved, it did kind of hurt me. It did. It left a bad taste in my mouth, because I just felt like she'll understand, and she kind of like, well, she was saying, if I don't do it, we're not gonna see each other. She's not gonna call, and she kept that promise, and that kind of made me feel kind of upset. Like, damn, this is how women do. They say they want a good man, and this is what they do. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I got over it. It did hurt, but I definitely get what you're saying and everything. It can kind of, tear you apart, especially, when you love somebody and you get that fear they're going to just walk out or whatever the case may be. But this, I'll get you 100%. King D, have you had an experience? I know that, with your high school, your sweetheart, but have you ever been in a place when you was younger and experienced that same thing? But Dez was talking about what we talking about in the video, that a woman might have did something like that to you?
Well, once upon a time, I was a hoe.
Uh-oh.
You went into reminiscence mode. Back in my day.
Yeah. Okay, so when I was there was this chick that I used to date, Dita, and that's her name. And she used to, we first got together in junior high.
Right.
And this is before I moved out here the first time. When I moved out here the first time. We dug it out, and then I ended up messing with this girl named Brooke, and then me and her ended up breaking up. So we moved back out here. I moved back out here. Then I ended up moving back when I was freshman year. Freshman year, I ended up moving back. And we called ourselves getting together and all of that. But then it just got to the point to where she was just like, I don't like to be thrown in between the two. That's just not me. You're not. She had some boy, and because we lived in the country, we was out in the country.
Yeah.
And she had some boy that she was talking to before she got back with me, but they were still talking and all that and all that. Now she pulled me to the side and said, I'm in love with Lamar. That was his name. I'm in love with Lamar. I'm like, all right, cool. I've tried to make it seem like it didn't hurt, but I'm like, I've been with you twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you do me like that? You know what I'm saying? My heart was broke.
You pulled a red off. He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, my heart was broke like a mug because she was the whole package. But then I had ended up moving back out here, and then boom, I had a baby.
See? So I mean, see, like I said, it's just different for everybody, but it's just but the men just suffer from different fears. But I'm gonna put it like this because we gonna just do it like this. I'm gonna ask Des first. Des, if there's anything, because we was talking about the bills and the women leaving us, which men do fear. But what is one of your fears? Because I'm gonna give a couple of examples of mine. But what is one of your fears you fear the most, the least? Because all men have that fear, and they say, "I don't fear. I'm not fear. I'm not." But no, we all do. We just don't sometimes talk about it, but we all fear something.
Well, like I said at first, my greatest fear, honestly, is just disappointing those who see things in me that I don't see in myself. Someone who knows my potential, not living up to the potential that people see or people know I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been like that for a long time. And I mean, that's why I still do some of the things that I do the way that I do. And some people don't like it because when I get focused on that, I'm just gonna be honest. When it comes to my art, if there's something that I have to get done with my art, or a performance or a show or something I got coming up,
right.
I'm shutting everything down. Everybody gets shut out because I'm focused. I got tunnel vision because I do not want to disappoint anybody. Especially I don't want to disappoint my brother. Because my brother, he has put so much time and patience into dealing with me and to helping me become a good man, especially when it comes to the art. To me, that's one of my greatest fears, just to disappoint him.
Right.
And not only him, but those who are in the art community who know the greatness in me, because I have failed a couple of times tremendously.
Right.
But at the same time, they still had the love and compassion in their heart to say, all right, we understand you might be going through something. We ain't gonna discard you. We just gonna we gonna lengthen the handle on the spoon a little bit until you show us something a little different, but we ain't gonna give up on you. And it's that, having people not just the people in the art community, but people in my family. My family hasn't given up on me and will never give up on me. Regardless of if I'm there or not, they still know and love me and know that I can still be great.
You're right.
So honestly, that's really my greatest. That's my greatest fear.
The greatest fear.
That's the one I face every day. That's my living fear. That's my living fear.
Oh, I say everybody got their because yes, King D.
I think everybody's all men's living fear is failure. It's not. I think that because that's one of my living fears is me being still young. I'm still trying to pick up the pieces from that. That's like when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
yes,
I'm just now like getting to the point to where I'm in adulthood and I'm 21.
Yeah.
I'll tell my dad.
I was about to say, boy, if you 21, if you 21, I'm 35 again.
But see, y'all just said what I was thinking, because most men like this, most men feel like as they get older and they're trying to get to that level, and most men think, what if I never reach that? What if I'm in neutral and I don't get to where I want to be at, where my family and friends and people around me look at me as a failure? Because men talk about that, hey, if I'm going to be stuck here or I'm going to be able to move up, if people are going to still feel the same. Even when it comes to getting older, sex. I mean, the list goes on and on, because men talk about this every day. What if I get to that point where I get in that age where I can't get it up no more? Men talk about this every day. I mean, when you're married to somebody, and I do hear some women say, well, I hear ladies in their mid-30s, 40s, 50s and up saying, well, my man, something happened to my man to where he can't perform no more. I remember I was talking about this on the show, and wish he stayed by his side. And a lot of men fear. When I went to the doctor, I heard a couple of men in the doctor office talking about this. And one man was seriously sitting there crying, saying she's gonna leave me. Because the doctor was straight up with him. Doctors just say, "Hey, man, I mean, that's as far as he's gonna get." And he's literally sitting there crying. He said that was one of his greatest fears if he got sick. Because I think he had like a he had like diabetes in his family, and it affected his grandfather, it affected his father. So he was like, oh God, I hope it doesn't affect me. I hope I can stay healthy enough so it won't get me. So when he got older, hey, guess what? It came knocking. And
from my experience with women, was most older women, they didn't think about the damn sex. Especially after menopause and all that, they didn't think about the damn sex. They just thinking about.
Yeah, you keep thinking that.
I can't agree with you on that on King D, because I know a lot of them be like, they second breath kick in once menopause comes.
You gonna be 70 years old talking about sex?
Look, boy, look.
Not a lot of women.
Come around one of my family meetings.
Higher when I hit after 40.
I guess because I ain't hit that age yet. I shouldn't.
Yeah, see, Dominic, you still young. That man, I felt so bad for that man because this man, look, that man was literally crying. I ain't gonna lie. I think I would cry too. If I'm not gonna lie. I'll be 59 this year. And thank God I'm still strong. I'm going strong. But if I was him, I'd be crying my ass off because I like doing stuff. I'll be sitting there like, you ain't gonna be able to get it up. I
wish I would see an 80-year-old person, 70, 80 years old, still trying to have sex. Sit your old ass down.
Look, let me explain something to you, King D. My grandfather, God rest his soul. God rest his soul. My grandfather, up until the day he decided to go home to glory, every Friday night, don't nobody come downstairs after 7 o'clock. I got company coming over.
Now, Dad,
you don't never lose that fire.
Alive, right? Your grandfather still alive?
No, he passed away.
He passed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my grandfather. I never got a chance to meet my grandfather on my father's side. I mean, as a kid, I talked to him because they were staying at St. Louis, and my grandma. But my mom's father, shit, I remember as a kid and a teenager that shoot. They was getting their groove on. He like after that. He said he needed that to get him through the day. So,
I'm telling you.
but
I don't know what it was. I don't know. He had buttermilk and cornbread and watermelon.
Yeah. Hey, whatever works. But I know that's one of men's greatest fear. A lot of men, not all of us, like Dominic is young, but men, they start getting to that age to where, and like I said, I had female friends that talk about this, and I said, I can't believe y'all sitting here talking about your husband and Barbara. But they came to me and said, Dwight, I'm talking to you about it because what can he do to make it better? Because if I can't have it, I might have to walk out. I said, what? And like I said, a lot of men fear that because people understand when you get married in a long relationship, yes, you're supposed to have trust, this and that. But I tell people, that's the one key when y'all connect, y'all become one. And they feel like if they can't connect with their soulmate like that to become one, they had to fear that the one they love is going to walk out on. And I can understand it. You know, it can be a great fear. You know, to some it might be like, but I haven't heard men and talk to men that fear if they can't do that. I mean, I know some guys popping blue pills, red pills, trying to get whatever they can get at least get it halfway up and try to do something because they had the fear that their woman would leave them. Yeah. Oh shoot. Hey, that note, myself, Dad, and King D, y'all, we'll be back in, I guess, 2 and 2 or maybe 1. Who knows? Just stay tuned. We'll be back.
It's destroyed everything, man, to where we can't really sit down as men and really be vulnerable. Be like, yo, man, my wife cheated. I'm hurt, man. My heart is broke, dog. Or man, I lost my job, man. Or I've lost this job. Or man, my finances ain't where it should be at, bro. And I'm really struggling, man. And I don't know where to place this at. And so because I felt like I didn't have that vulnerable place, man. You know, like some women will be receptive to that, dog. And some women think you a sucker, you a punk. You know what I mean? Like not knowing, like, bro, like if you really knew me, like for real, you wouldn't even be on that. Like at the end of the day, like when it go down, right. Yo, I'm playing for keeps, man. Right, yeah. But you feel like sometimes you can't show that side because they won't respect you at the end of the day. You let a tear drop, man. You have that soft moment where you like, man, I just need to lay my head in your lap. And I felt like I couldn't do that. So the only emotion that started feeling good to me was anger, man. Like I could deal
so
with
like
that.
the anger was more acceptable.
It was more acceptable
than you crying.
Than me crying. The times that I wanted to cry ended up me punching a hole in the wall. Me punching a hole in the door.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow as the beautiful queens will be back on your screen to bring you a topic that you won't stop talking about. Disrespectful line in a generational lane. We're speaking on children, not of young age, but the grown kids that disrespect their parents. Let's see what they're going to bring to the table tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in. Also, remember, we got the Powerful Poet contest going on. If you're a poet and you know it, or you know somebody that's a poet, including children's, because as you know, we got the children's category, the Junior Powerful Poet and the Junior Inspirational Poet. Send them on over with a video to Dwight Robinson or either myself, Spicy Gray, and we'll send those videos right over to the judges. They're waiting on y'all right now, so make sure you get them in. April 15th, hey, he'll be here before you know it. Now back over to Dwight.
Yeah, we're waiting on y'all. Send that in to the poetry contest. Now that video we just saw, I like that video because it touches on a lot of stuff. The man was talking about cheating, crying from his woman, and a lot of people think when a man cry, they see him ass weak, and a lot of men do get angry, but because they just can't cry, they can't show their emotion because it makes them weak, and they'll hit a wall, and they just be all messed up. So, Dad, I want to ask you, have you ever felt like that, or what would you say about a man crying? Do you know any men that are fear of crying in front of people because it makes them look weak?
Well, I don't know, because all the men in my family, if they will see you crying,
right,
they'll be tough on you, but they gonna ask you, why are you crying? What are you crying about?
Right.
And of course you're gonna get you man up, toughen up, man up, toughen up.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they're gonna pull you to the side and talk to you about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's hard. I think sometimes let me just put it like this. Me growing up as a boy into a man, it was easier for me to accept certain things from a man than it was from a woman, because when, say, one of my mother or my auntie would try to console me or something,
right,
I didn't feel that same. I felt the comfort, but at the same time, I didn't feel that same type of comfort that I got from my uncles, and stuff like that, because I have those times where, like he said, it's hard. You can't do that. We're not taught to be that way, know.
Yeah.
I'll just give you an example. I was young. I was always told never to don't hit a woman, and got into a fight with two cousins and didn't hit nothing back. And the next day, my brother had me running up and down the block doing push-ups, doing this, doing that. And I'm like, hold up. I was only doing what I was told.
Right.
What I've been taught. And then even at my grandmother's funeral, I was crying, and my dad, kind of hit me in my chest, was like, quit crying.
Yes.
So as men, we're taught not to show that emotion.
Yeah.
And when it comes to our partner, sometimes we do have is like, oh, I can't let her see that side of me.
Right.
Because I don't know, she gonna look at me like the guy was saying, she gonna look at me like I'm a punk.
Exactly.
But that's just some women. Now there are some women that will see you in that situation, be understanding, and be able to counsel you and help you get through that. So I would say, as a man, there's nothing wrong with crying.
Right.
Because even using the example that he said, he couldn't handle that emotional side of it, being able to cry, so it turned into anger.
Right.
And that's a negative or a toxic behavior that we put upon ourselves when we that emotion out. Because I'm just a personal believer that if I'm going through something and it's really touching my soul, if I cry about it versus going off on somebody, I feel that I'll be able to calm myself down a little bit more. and think a little bit more rationally, because when I get mad, it's on and off.
Right.
It's ain't no stopping. All gas, no brakes.
Damn.
So so I have to, and this is just something that I learned going through anger management. So
I applaud you. I
you have to learn. Yeah, you have to learn how we have to learn how to be able to express ourselves in that way. That's why I picked up a pen and started writing.
Yeah.
So hey, fellas, ain't nothing wrong with crying.
And it's not. And I'm glad you said that. And you said it perfectly. I mean, you said it perfectly, because you're right. We are taught not to. If I get to brother D. Yeah, I was like you. My father, now he passed when I was young, around I believe 11 years old when he passed me in a car accident, and he was that same father. You don't cry. Be tough. Men don't supposed to cry. You hold those emotions in, and a lot of men, they fear that. They don't want nobody to see them cry, because the way they was brought up. You're a man. You're not supposed to show and have these emotions. You're supposed to just be like Superman, just go through everything, and that's the way it is. But I ain't gonna lie, shit, I cry. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie about that. God dang it. I mean, I went through some stuff. Yeah, I ain't give a damn who saw me. I know I was taught back then, and there was a great fear of mine. You don't let nobody see you cry. But sometimes, like you said, you have to cry. You got to release that. This is why it can kind of mess you up mentally. You just got to show your emotion, and that woman cares for you. If you got a woman that sit there and call you a punk or whatever because you crying, then that's not the woman for you. She ain't the one for you. Get rid of her behind. Get somebody that's going to have your back, be your peace, and it's going to hold you while you sit there and cry. Now, King D, what you thought about that video? Have you ever had those fears that somebody told you, men don't cry, and you better not let nobody see you cry, and you have to fight that?
Yeah, I just think in the African American community, period, we are just always, boys especially, we are built to be tough. We can't cry, we can't do certain things, we can't, show any type of emotion. But at the end of the day, we're still human. And and one thing that some women don't understand is that men have literally the weight of the world on their shoulders, no matter if you want to agree with it or not. We think about, most of the time we thinking about kids and mortgages and car notes, and that's the shit we think about on a daily basis. We go to bed thinking about it, and we wake up thinking about it. If you got a provider, if you got a man that's a provider, he's the first person up in the morning and the last one to go to sleep at night. Yeah. And it gets stressful. It's very stressful. And it's gonna make you want to cry. It's gonna make you want to give up. It's gonna make you want to scream, holler, punch the walls, and make you want to do all that. But we're built to be tough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we can't show that. We gotta show, oh, I'm tired, but I still gotta go to work 16 hours. Right. I'm tired, but I still gotta go make sure these kids got their shoes, especially if you're the breadwinner, because the breadwinner take care of the entire household. Exactly. So we just gotta be easy on the men. Don't bash them too hard. Now, I ain't gonna say all men. Now, some men sorry as hell, but I'm talking about the ones that's actually out.
Softer than medicated cotton.
You said what?
Softer than medicated cotton.
Yeah. Some of them sorry. They don't want to go to work or nothing. But
that's damn right.
Now, I mean, and I will say, men ain't nothing wrong with crying, but just don't be crying just because.
Yeah, all the time.
Do this to me. Come on, now, I ain't trying to be funny, but now you're sounding like a female.
Damn, Des. Well, hey, you ain't lying, but yeah. But hey, let me ask y'all this.
How many women out there have seen? How many y'all? I know some females out there watching this that be like, that's a BA Negro.
Yeah, true. I got some watching now saying that. Yeah.
Who walk around whining all day? Who wants to walk around whining all day? Shut up.
That's
I ain't gonna lie. If I go in my house is dirty, I'm a bitch and I'm a nag. I'm sorry. I cannot stand dirty. I don't care what you can call me what you want to. That's one thing I do not like as a dirty house. So you gonna hear me bitching and nagging about that house being dirty.
That's discipline though. That's discipline. There's a difference.
Yeah. Now,
He
Des,
said, "Yeah, whatever. I'm nagging."
I want to ask you and King D this. Because another thing that man video that I think that also men fear. Have you ever feared that your woman, your girlfriend, fiance would cheat on you? Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say I feared, but
Yeah.
some of the things that I was doing made me believe that it was a possibility.
Okay.
You know, not being able to provide, you know, doing stuff like staying out too late, doing too much hanging out. Okay, you keep on hanging out, she gonna find somebody to hang out with too, and it ain't gonna be
True.
Felicia.
That's true.
You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
did y'all argue when you?
Oh yeah,
Did y'all
we'd argue about it.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
'cause
and I mean, I would say like this: we argued, we would
Right.
argue, and then we would debate about it, and then we would talk about it, and then when we would come to have a solution,
Right.
because that's the whole thing. Okay, now that I know this is a line that I can't cross,
Right.
now I need to change what I do. I need to, okay, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
And that's not being soft or,
Yeah. Not
being
giving in or nothing like
not
that.
giving in. That's called compromise and actually
Exactly.
understanding this is what your mate wants.
Exactly.
It's something that I'm still working on because I'm a little bullheaded, even though I'm a Gemini. I'm a little bullheaded.
Hey,
I can be very stubborn at times.
Yeah.
If I don't see it your way, I'm not going to see it your way. Sometimes it
Right.
just depends on how you present it to me.
That part right there. That part. What about you, King D? Have you ever feared when you was with a woman that, because, I think we talked about it in King D, you said at that time, some women, they like getting a bunch of pickles. No matter if they with a guy that's good to them. But have you ever had that fear that your woman, because some men do, they feel like they go out with their girls or whatever the case may be. You ever fear that she might, try to find a little fun somewhere else before she comes home?
When I was a little younger, I used to fear that type of stuff, like, oh, what you doing and who you being with and stuff like that. But now that I'm grown, I can if you gonna go cheat, obviously it wasn't for me. I'm not gonna sit up there. Of course I'm gonna be hurt because people being in committed relationships and stuff all the time. But this day and age, if you gonna cheat, man, I don't care. If you want to go cheat, go. But you ain't gonna be with me. I'm sorry. I done been through too much to be worried.
You know what, King D? I like the way you said that, and it is true. And some men do, but I agree with you 100%. And I'm pretty sure Des will agree too. If you have a woman, and I'm gonna tell you guys, because some guys do fear that their girls are gonna cheat on them or the woman or whatever. And if it gets that,
my self-esteem won't even allow me to do that. I'm sorry, because I can go outside and get a woman.
Just like
that.
But all right, but see, and Dwight, brother Dwight, you got to look at it like this: if you fearing that your woman is gonna cheat on you,
right,
you got some insecurities within your own self that ain't got nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
Because like King D said, if you're gonna do it, go ahead and do it. All right,
hell yeah, do it.
Yeah,
what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You gonna do it? Right. Don't might as well stay where you was at.
Right.
Because when it's my turn, you ain't gonna like it because your sister gonna be on my team.
You ain't playing.
Say it again for the people in the background.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for your sister. I'm gonna be petty.
Boy, y'all crazy, but hey, I agree with you. Hey, look, women outnumber men anyway. So those men that fear that, y'all, they outnumber us. It's like 120 women to every man or more because women way outnumber the men. So I'm like the same way.
I don't know, but brother Dwight, you got to realize, there may be more women than us, but nowadays some of the women are liking other women, so we're still losing some of those women.
You know what? You're right about that. It's a whole nother generation, a whole different time. It's just crazy out there. But men, stay strong. Don't be fearing everything. And just like King D did, I'm not gonna look. I'm to that age. I can give a damn. I ain't gonna fear. Oh, she out there cheating. Well, she doing it. And most men that do that, I had some friends that was like, I said, dude, I wouldn't even sweat that. What's done in the dark will come to the light.
Exactly.
So while in hell, I'm a fear. Oh, she could be cheating on me. I ain't worrying about that
I'm
mess.
not gonna be crying over you cheating on me when I
Yeah,
got bills.
I go find something else.
Shit, I got a
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, just face the fact. Time reveals everything.
Hell yeah.
But who
You
wants
know
to
what
sit up
some men
there?
they do? They fear that. They
You
just
sitting up there
fear
getting
that.
gray hair behind a HOE. No, I'm not gonna please. I'm not crying over no woman. Just like women say, oh, I ain't finna fight over no man. I ain't finna cry over no man. And all that.
Yeah, they be saying that.
Same way over here. I'm not finna cry over you.
Yeah, I'm saying here with me.
Yeah, some of them say it, but some of them do be over here fighting over it.
Yeah.
And fellas too, some of y'all fellas out there be like, oh man, forget that B. But then as soon as she leave and you see her with that other dude, man, what you doing with my girl? That was my girl.
But at the end of the day, of course it's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? Of course it's gonna hurt. You know, everybody's human. Of course it's gonna hurt. But am I gonna sit up there and be trying to fight and beg and this and that? No, I'm not gonna do none of that because I got bigger fish to fry. I got a life that I need to live for myself. It's all about me. I'm at the stage in my life where it's about me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm ready to elevate my life. You know what I'm saying? A relationship can be a relationship. You gonna come with me or you're not. I don't have time. I ain't got time to be. Get there.
Y'all hearing that? Shoot, that's a man that said, "Hey, ain't got no fear about that.
I'm so
with you without you."
I'm so secure in myself, man. I just, it's about me. This is a selfish stage of my life, you know.
Right.
And once you get to a certain age, you want to be. It's your selfish stage. Yeah. If I'm in a full blown relationship, you know what I'm saying. I've been in my relationship for almost 20 years. But at the end of the day, anytime that you want to dot that door, please be my guest.
Amen.
I ain't tripping. I'm not.
I like King D over here preach about you ain't worried about that.
Okay, we got a caller on the line, everyone. We got a caller on the line.
Oh, welcome to Grown Man Talking.
I know you guys are really busy with your conversation.
Oh, hi there.
But I don't hear anybody talking about the reasons why the women would cheat.
Why the reason the woman will cheat?
Like you guys are saying, I'll do this, I'll do that if she decides to cheat.
Yeah.
But has it ever occurred to you that sometimes there's a reason, like something that you could fix instead of worrying about what she's doing?
Well, the reason, what kind of, it can be, okay, if that's a reason, like I was saying earlier, like the man can't get it up no more, that's one reason. Or the communication ain't there, the feeling ain't there. You're right, it's always a certain reason why a person is cheat.
My thing is that because if a woman wants to go cheat, say before it happened, come tell me before it happened. Don't go do it. Communicate with me before you decide to make that decision.
Yeah,
because
it's not always premeditated. It's like you
just ain't gonna accidentally fall on those sticks. Just ain't gonna accidentally fall on those sticks.
All I'm saying is it's not always premeditated. It's not always planned. I didn't say nothing about accidentally falling on some stick.
Well, not premeditated is accidental.
No, I didn't say accidental. You put words in my mouth.
No, you said premeditated, and I said accidental. So if you said not premeditated, I used the synonym accidental.
Sometimes she won't know that she gonna do that. So how's she gonna tell you first? And there are other ways that women. Try to tell you that there's something missing. You can either listen or not, but you can't. I can't cuss, can I?
Yeah, go ahead. You can say one cuss word. Go ahead.
You can say one cuss word.
You can't be an asshole and have a little thing. You can't. You got to choose your weakness. You can't be weak all the way around. If you lacking in the bedroom, at least be a nice guy.
Okay, well, let me ask you.
Okay, well, okay, I'll let me respond. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but a woman knows if she's going to do something or not. A woman knows if she's going to give a man something.
You're a man, but you're a man. How you gonna say what a woman knows?
Well, yeah, okay. Well,
glad we're having this conversation because you know what? I cheated on my husband.
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What?
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
You can't say what a woman thinks. No, what?
I said, tell the truth and shame
talking,
the
right?
devil.
What can I?
That's what I'm trying to do. Are you telling the truth?
Well, okay. But can I ask you
I
this?
sure am.
Why did you cheat on them? Was it bad communication, or what was the reason why?
It was a slow decline.
Okay.
You know, it was a slow decline. He was always an asshole, but I accepted it.
Okay.
He has always cheated since day one. I accepted it.
Oh man.
He was always a 5-minute man. I accepted it.
Hold up, right there.
But when he became, hey, hold on, I'm talking.
Okay.
But when he became mean, he escalated from mean to cruel. That pushed me away, and I didn't know it was pushing me away. But there was a gap, and somebody filled it.
Okay.
Now, okay, so my question to you is, out of all those reasons that you gave, did you try to explain to him that those were issues? I mean, not give him hints or speak to him metaphorically, just come straight out and say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's his fault that he didn't listen. So I don't know what to say about him.
You didn't think about divorce? Every time I would tell him about something that made me feel hurt or however it made me feel, I would always say however it was. And he would respond like, if you don't like it, get a divorce.
Oh wow.
Damn. Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you just divorce him and then do what you want to do?
I did.
Before or after?
Damn.
I just said I cheated on my husband.
But let me
so why come you didn't get the divorce so you wouldn't have to cheat?
Right.
I didn't feel like I had to cheat. It just happened. Are you listening?
It did. I'm listening. That did not just happen.
Okay,
that did not, according to everything that you just told me.
Hold on. I'm not that woman who hurt you. Listen with an open mind.
And I ain't the dude that hurt you.
I'm not hurt, but you accusing me like you understand what I'm thinking, and you don't. You can't say how a woman thinks. You can only try to understand.
Okay. Well,
I'm listening.
Let me ask you this. How long? Okay. How long did it take for you to get the divorce? Because y'all was together for how many years?
We did that. We did what for how many years?
How long y'all got the divorce?
Oh, 10 years.
So 10 years. Well, he did. Well, he did say divorce me, and so as soon as he said that, I guess it was on then. Because, I mean, the man
I really didn't want to. I was still in love with him when I divorced him, but he wasn't going to change, so I had to change something.
Yeah.
Well, so why come you just didn't divorce him instead of cheating on him?
Why you keep asking me the same question?
Because I'm trying to get a logical answer to it.
No, you trying to understand without trying to understand.
I have a feeling about.
I guess what the thing is that there's in my book, I can only speak for myself. There's no excuse for actual cheating. Right. There's absolutely
okay, that's fine.
So that's what I'm.
You know, because there are excuses and there are reasons, and we all have opinions and we all have beliefs. Right. I'm just telling you my story.
Okay, and I
understand that.
I get it.
Yeah,
okay.
and I understand, because if you've been with a man that put his hands on you and he's cheating on you, he's mentally beating you.
He did all that. Yeah.
He's telling you if you don't like what if you don't like if I'm hitting you, cheating on you, or whatever I'm doing to you, then shit, go get a divorce. Even though you try to stick
I knew my life was gonna change, and I knew my kids' lives were gonna change.
Okay.
As soon as I left him. So it wasn't just about me. When you have a family, you're making a decision for everybody.
Okay. Well, I get you, because you was going, as I said, for better or for worse, with sickness and health. You was going to the bad and the worst, and I get it, because men, we really don't know how, because women go through a lot of stuff when they're in a bad marriage and bad relationship, and sometimes they don't know how to get out of it, where they're going to go, because they've been with their husband.
Right, and I couldn't get out of it because he wouldn't let me keep a job. He wouldn't let me go to school.
I was going to say that.
He wanted me dependent on him.
Yeah. Well, that was basically
he wouldn't give me money, so it was hard. It was real hard.
You was in a real bad abusive marriage that he was in control mentally and just doing all. I get it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he did whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Sometimes.
So asking me why didn't I divorce him before I decided to cheat?
Right.
Why don't you ask him why he cheated 15 times? I cheated once, and you can't handle it.
Well, he cheated because you allowed him to.
No. We human, and you do what you choose to do. God gave
And
all of us free
so
will.
he cheated on
You
you
can't control
15
yourself.
times and you took him back 15
No, it was
times or
just a number
14
I threw out
times?
there. I didn't count them. It's
Well,
just a
let me
number I
ask you:
threw out there.
Did he ask you? When you asked him about the cheating part, what did he say? Like when I guess what I'm saying,
I
like,
didn't ask him because I gave you a kind of an idea of his attitude.
well, yeah,
So,
you did, yeah,
so no, I didn't ask him because that's not why I divorced him. I accepted that. Like it was something he chose to do. You can't control another person.
right.
You can only improve yourself.
Wow, you were, yeah, I had to, yeah, and I
So
understand
I
that,
tried to be the best wife I could, and nothing was good enough.
yeah,
Nothing was good enough.
and a lot of ladies and men, both sides go to that when they with somebody and they mentally abuse you and physically and just do things in your face. Now, I'm not saying this happened to you because I knew a lady that the husband brought a woman in the house and went upstairs and had sex with her. I don't know if that happened to you, but
Well, yeah, that happened too.
wait a
That
minute.
happened too.
He actually brought a woman in the house and had sex with her?
Yeah, I was out of town. Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You put up with a lie. I could just say
Yeah, because
Mhm.
look, I give it to you because you went to the for better or for worse. Look, if people understand marriage, when you take vows,
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
marriage is supposed to be for life.
but yeah, and
I
I
don't
get
leave
that.
because it's hard.
Well, yeah, but no, I agree with you because I'm not gonna lie. If I was married to a woman and she was cheating on me, and I said, okay, I'll take my vows seriously. I'm gonna stick it out. Okay, she cheated on me 3 or 4 times. Well, I'm gonna go to counseling. We gonna get help. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we tried counseling. Yep.
Well, damn.
Check this out. He was the Christian, not me. They
Oh
were
wow.
calling me the heathen
What
because
church
I
did he?
refused to convert.
What church
Yeah,
he go
that was the
to?
wrong church.
Yeah, what church he?
No, you don't
Someone right in
understand.
that
The whole
church.
family is like
Well,
that.
we're gonna have to have a topic on this. We got another call coming in. Caller, thank you for calling. We really
thank you.
appreciate you coming in and
Yes.
commenting. Please call
Oh,
again.
you're welcome.
Yes,
All right,
thank you.
bye-bye.
Please call again.
Boy, what church was boy?
Okay, let's go to break. Maybe by the end of the caller call back. So right after these messages, we will be right back with Grown Men Talking
Y'all.
Incorporated.
Like for instance, have you ever heard the line that many men die at age 30 but are not buried until they're 80? It's wild, right? And they say that many men take damage before they even walk out the door or are just trying to survive the day through the damage they continue to experience in that day. It's crazy because I had this version of what I thought life would look like. And by 30, I realized that men and father figures in my life had been hiding their damage behind a smile or a drink or their absence. Now, can you relate to that? So many of us are merely imitating the results of damage that was never addressed by the men before us.
Okay. Thank you all for tuning in live. We want to show appreciation over there to everyone at Facebook, both pages, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. Also, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow as the queens will be before your screen to talk about disrespectful line in the generational lane. When you're dealing with grown kids that are disrespectful, let's talk about it. Also, do not forget, we also have the Powerful Poet contest going on. And we will be accepting the videos until April 15th. So make sure that you get your videos over and in so that we could get your videos judged on towards the judges that we have appointed. Over to Dwight.
Hey.
Okay, caller is on the line.
Welcome to Grown Man Talking.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon, fellas. How's
Hello.
Hi, lovely.
Hey.
Hey, obviously here you guys have been doing a good job on speaking of fears. I just wanted to piggyback off the caller. I was sitting here. Whew,
just listening. I want to say that, and this is no disrespect to the caller before anyone on the panel.
Okay.
I think the husband, he had no fear of leaving you, since we're speaking about being in fear. He had no fear of you leaving him. What I did notice is wasn't any there wasn't any accountability on the cheating part.
Right.
Uh, he's cheated numerous times, 10 years together, and you said he slept in your house and you still took him back. Now they do say when you're married, you have to take the hard with the
Yeah.
good, but wasn't nothing good about that. Hard means, mortgage might be late, or he may get sick, or one of the kids is bad in school and y'all go to a conference. Hard part of marriage should never be cheating. Never be cheating.
Yeah.
There's no good excuse for cheating on a man's side or a woman's side. People cheat because it's a selfish act. Again, with fear, they're fearful that the person is going to leave. They're fearful of their truth. It's a fear. It's a reaction. It's a reaction to someone being in fear, and it's solely based upon that one person. If you are not happy where you are, then leave. Now, I do understand in some abusive situations, leaving is not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, the man told you numerous times that you can divorce me, and I'd have been at the lawyer's office the next day, because you ain't gonna keep telling me I can divorce you. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Well, you know what? I agree.
I wanted to ask you, man, have you experienced any type of fear concerning your children? I know y'all spoke on relationships and you spoke on general fear, but what is something fearful that you have embedded in regards to your children?
Who gonna be first on that?
Well, I ain't gonna. I know it's gonna happen, but I would fear losing my children, having to put my child to rest, because that's not the way that's supposed to happen. And then to have my child not develop into the person that they are. And it just so happens that I'm lucky enough that my children, they got their head on straight. One of my sons, we working on him. but and then and just for them to, another thing is for them to be violated in any way. And when I say violated anyway, like somebody to disrespect them for no reason, or not give them an opportunity that they deserve. That's one of the fears. That's some of the fears that I have for my children. That's the big one, just someone denying them an opportunity that they deserve, so that they can be greater than me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Dominic, what's your fear about kids? Kids, or other fears?
My fear is my kid. Well, I've already lost a son, so that was one of my fears. When I was a kid, I already lost JoJo. He passed on in 2018. The violated my daughter has been violated already, so and that was a fear. But now it's just I don't want my kids to follow in the footsteps that we went in. And my fear is that's why I instill in my kids: don't have kids early. Don't do this. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You want to go down the road that I went down, and that's the main thing right now. Because like my daughter, she's a freshman this year, and when we were freshmen, we were having her, so I'm like, hey, no boys, no this, no that. Shoot, because I'm like, I'm barely in my 30s. I just turned 30s. In my 30s,
still a baby.
I ain't trying to be nobody granddaddy.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah,
I ain't trying. That's my biggest fear, is being a young grandparent. I just not. I really got friends like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, brother D.
But I feel what you said, though. I feel it. But I think, not me personally, because my kids love me, but I had a friend of mine said that his greatest fear is, taking your kids, you raise them, but they don't love you. And I said that'll hurt me too. He said that's his greatest fear. He said for me to do everything for my kids and do everything right by them, but at the end of the day, they don't love me. And it had happened. It had some people that been through that, and I don't know the reason why. I don't be people out, but I had heard some men say that's the greatest fear, that the fear of the kids. You think, oh, my kids love me to death, and you find your kids don't love you. I think that would be my greatest fear, that would hurt me to my core if I knew my kids didn't love me. That's a great fear right there. Oh, my kids don't love me, but some men fear that. They fear that their kids may not love them. And I don't know if it has something to do with the mom or whatever, but some guys, they definitely fear that. They definitely fear that. So that's a hard pill to swallow.
Well, thank you, fellas. I'm gonna have back in the comments and finish enjoying the show. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
All
Thank
righty.
you.
Thanks for calling in.
Call us back again. Call it. Yes, please do. We enjoy y'all call us when we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. This is what we're here for.
And I'm gonna say, Dwight, if you don't mind me intervening.
Oh no, man,
we can say that cheating is not right. But as the caller, I can kind of feel her because I've been in that situation.
Yeah, I can feel
And when you're in abuse, because that's what she was in. She was in an abusive relationship.
Yes.
And when you're in an abusive relationship, it's not easy to leave at all. It took me 13 years to get out of my marriage.
Yeah.
And then 4 years to get out the other relationship I had that was abusive. When you have somebody and you're in fear of your life, it's not easy to leave at all. But at the same time, you got to look at, even though we know that cheating is wrong, being disloyal, but we are of flesh. You know what I'm saying? None of us is perfect. And we can fall to that weakness to where when we are missing things in our life, that it's something come along that we end up falling into weakness. Not saying it is okay, but it can happen. So at the same time, when we're talking about the abuse part, we do have to be careful on victimizing the victim. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the master key of everything is fear. That'll keep you from functioning, keep you from making the right choices in life, and it'll also keep you in a situation that is not healthy for you.
Right. And I understand that. Like I said, I used to work in the courthouses, dealing with divorce courts, and the things I have heard and seen there. And I agree, because some people, especially when they're in a different state or city, but they don't have no family, and they're just depending on that. Like she said, he's the main person to pay all the bills, and she's depending on him for the food, this and that. Or somebody had that much power over you. Yeah, you don't have no idea where to go, and you just stuck there until one day you just snap and do what you got to do. But I definitely get it. Definitely get it.
Okay, we got a caller online.
Welcome to Grown Man's Talking.
Hey, Grown Men Talking. How everybody doing tonight?
What we doing?
All right.
What you doing there?
I just want to kind of tailgating on all three conversations that just happened. I was in a marriage where my husband cheated like it was normal, and it wasn't so much abusive, but it's the fact. So I believe when that lady's husband told her, "Divorce me," I believe in my heart that by no means he meant that, because a man will say something knowing that the wife, who is fully invested in that relationship, regardless of cheating and whatever the case may be, he knew that she wasn't going to leave. And I can guarantee you that he didn't mean it. He just had her so invested that he had built a dysfunction around himself that he could continue doing the things that he did while the mother is at home concerned about how she's going to make it, how is she going to take care of her children. So sometimes we put ourselves in situations until we can figure it out. I'm sure it was many sleepless nights like me, wondering where he is, and because we do love, regardless of the cheating. And it ain't a woman out there that can tell me, "Oh, I didn't love you." Yes, you did. That's why you stayed so long. Because we love these men in spite of their trauma, in spite of their dysfunction. And then that leads us to have our own dysfunction and our own trauma. So now we just all waddling around in dysfunction, and it just becomes a part of who we are until somebody wakes up and realizes that that's not what really needs to happen. When she said that cheating just kind of happens, it can happen. It does just happen. Because
when you're looking for something that you may not know that you're looking for, she's looking for peace. She's looking for just someone to take the edge off, whether it's just with conversation. She's looking for someone just to notice her, something that the husband was not doing. So cheating is never, she didn't wake up and say, you know what, I'm finna go and find me a man because I'm sick of this man right here. That's not how it happens. It happens so subtle that before you know it, and cheating doesn't always have to end in a sexual encounter either. If you're getting peace and all these other things from a man that is not your husband, that should be considered cheating.
Okay,
Now,
caller,
when y'all
now
take it to
answer
the next
this.
level,
Answer this, because she said he cheated many times, and she only cheated once. Now she endured the cheating that he done, but he couldn't handle when she cheated.
True.
Oh, it always happens like that. My husband cheated a lot of times. Cheated to the point to where I just like, you know what, but the reason he couldn't handle it is because in his eyes, that is his body, that is his sacred place, and that no other man can touch. That's why he flew off the handle. Because see, when women cheat, we don't just cheat to be screwing. We cheat with our heart.
Let me ask you this, Carter.
He already knew that once she dealt with somebody else on that level, she was given a little bit more than just giving away some sex.
Well, let
she
me ask you this.
With that person. I don't think just gonna go sleep with anybody.
Okay, but let me ask you this: what do you think why that happens with the cheating part?
On her part?
Well, now her part. I mean, the men. I mean, especially if she's a good woman and going.
Because nobody is looking at it. His trauma had already happened before they got together. This man was working from a place of trauma and dysfunction before he got with her. Right. He was doing all of this before. So something happened way down the line, whether it was looking at something that happened in his childhood, something happened to him to make him not value a woman. He did not value her. Yeah. So something happened to make this man feel that way. And then if he's cheating with all these other women, he did not value them either. He just looked at women as an object, a piece of meat. Screw them and throw them away.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
On his part, some trauma on his part that he needed to go get some help. She just happened to get a broken man, and that was the result.
But he also took for granted her heart. He took advantage of her heart, knowing, and that's a lot of these men that are abusive, and they take a person's heart for granted to where he was secure. Oh, she ain't going nowhere. No matter what's she gonna do? Where's she gonna go? How's she gonna live?
Yeah, he was in the comfort zone.
You missed the key part where she said
he was in the comfort zone. Yeah,
he didn't want her working. That's why some of them don't want you working, because when they don't want, it's different when a man say, "Well, I want to, treat you like a king and take care of you." Then a man that's doing it in order to have control over every movement that you do and how you move, because he got you financially trapped to where he know you ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, you're right.
He took her power. He took her self-esteem. He took her confidence. He took her ability to be the woman that she can be in whatever profession. He took that from her because he knew that if he crippled her, that she wouldn't be able to move, because she could move and he knew she could move. But see, he wanted to do all the damage so that she couldn't move. See, he had a strategic plan too.
Yeah.
She basically fell victim to a womanizer.
Okay, now K Marie had a question up here that I wanted all of y'all to address, and she said, "My thing is, if men had this same conversation, there will be no grace." How do y'all feel about that?
Which conversation? She cheated on me.
The cheating
conversation that we having now.
If the roles were reversed.
If the roles were reversed, I wouldn't say that there would be no grace. I would be hurt like a mug. Yeah. I would be hurt like a mug. Just to be honest with you, that would hurt. That would crush my feelings, because just like the caller said, I have it in my mind. That's mine. Nobody else can touch that.
Yeah.
And I can sit up here and try to act tough and say, well, even though I did say it, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. Just stay over there. When it boiled down to it, oh, we're gonna talk about this. You know what's going on. I mean, what we're gonna get to the bottom of why you did what you did.
I think she means if we were making excuses. I'm not saying that none of y'all are making excuses for cheating, so don't get me wrong. But if it was the man saying, "Well, I wasn't getting what I needed at home, so I went out and cheated," I think that's what she's saying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a fallacy because some men would cheat if they getting everything at home. So we can't even say that.
They would. Yeah, you're right.
He can be getting everything he wants from the rooter to the tutor, from the rooftop to the basement.
Exactly.
And ooh, look at that! I know I like strawberry, but today I want some chocolate.
There you go.
But y'all gotta admit though that sometimes I'm not sure if any of y'all have ever been cheated on by a woman, but
I have.
Okay, of course you were crushed by blah blah blah, but I'm trying to word it right. I don't know how I'm wording it.
Oh yeah, you're doing fine.
I was crushed. I was upset. I was pissed.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
but I got over it.
Have you ever cheated on a woman, Dwight?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. What was the reason? Did you have a reason to cheat?
You know what the reason was? That I thought the grass was greener on the other side because this woman, you know what? Because and I was so cold with it, and I told her, "Hell yeah, I did it. It's over. I'm going with her." I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That wasn't even. I was so cold with it, and I'm like, damn, because she didn't deserve that. Because this woman was good to me. I mean, this woman did everything for me, and for me to talk to her like that, I said I was stupid. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I said
that's the mere thing that shows that if you invest your heart into a woman,
right?
Because women, a lot of women, when they love hard.
Yes, they do.
When and this is just my opinion. Not, nobody might probably agree. But because this is what happened to me. And my thing is that why would you feel that the grass is green on the other side if you have everything right there before you? If you valued what you had within that person before you, because you chose that person, ain't nobody placed that person there. If you chose that person to be in your path, and you feel like you was happy then, why all of a sudden you see something that's bigger and better on the other side of the river that you feel like, oh, everything will be better over there?
Yeah.
Because see, what he ended up finding out in my lane is that woman was not structured like I was. She couldn't treat you the way I did.
Yeah.
So now you want to come back because that grass did turn brown.
Yeah, and Spicy, you're right.
But see, Spicy, that was the reason why I got cheated on, because I wasn't doing everything that she needed me to do. So she found the greener grass.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well.
I have to take self accountability. I wasn't handling my responsibilities.
And the thing is that in all actuality, we are human. We cannot act like we perfect and we have no fault. Anybody out there, no matter what we say, we have done wrong in our path. We have made mistakes. We have done regrets to where we look back now and we say, dang, I wish I never did that. Because there's things I didn't believe in and I did it because my reason was because 5 months without, I'm a woman, and then you still being an a-hole. You being an a-hole, and you're not valuing who I am, and I'm paying the bills, cooking and cleaning, and still treating you like a king. No, my thing is that all of a sudden when you end up in conversation with a gentleman, and then you could sense what he has to offer, and then he starts showing that you can fall into weakness of the flesh.
Yeah, you can.
That person without thinking.
I know somebody, and it's a gentleman. I know somebody that he was a great provider. I mean, on the outside looking in, great provider, no complaints, paid bills, did everything that he was supposed to do for his family, and she still went and cheated on him.
What did he provide mentally and physically and emotionally?
I wasn't in their house, but I'm just saying, like, he was like,
okay, I know you didn't reside there, but see, the point I'm saying, I love you, King D, but the point I'm making, because it's just like I told my dad, and I have told him to his face, I said, he said, well, I provide everything your mama want. She got, Cadillac, and she had 2 Cadillacs, she got an MDX, and she got the Ridge Line, the house for I bought her a $400,000 house. Okay, you can furnish all the luxuries in the world, and that woman would still be broke. But a woman that's not furnished all that and got the man that feeds her mentally, emotionally, and physically, she can feel like the richest person in the world.
They was doing something because she was pregnant.
What?
They were doing something.
Damn.
And a dog can have babies. That don't mean that it's mentally and emotionally being provided.
Obviously, it was some. Obviously, it was some. It was some physical. They were there physical.
The physical may be there, but could she be
Damn.
missing the mental and emotional?
Mm.
That's a providing.
That's the thing. And that's why, and that goes back to what I was saying. That's why she chose to cheat on me, because I wasn't providing that mental aspect of the love that she needed.
Yeah.
And she ran across somebody who was deep into her mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. I agree with you.
So
Dave.
You're right.
So,
hey, it is what it is. There's water
goes
under the
both
bridge
ways.
now.
The man and the woman, you're not looking for you shouldn't be looking for property to own. You should be looking for that partner in order to have a future with and to bond with.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand material. That's why I'm not a materialistic person. It's not about the material. It's about your heart and your mind and your stand with me and how you treat me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to look sometime. The way I look is the way you keeping me.
Right.
Meaning that if I'm happy, I'm looking good. But if I'm miserable, really think about it. If a person's been abused or they're not getting everything they need, how are they gonna look? You can see the hurt in their eyes.
They're gonna look how they feel.
Exactly. Messed up, hurt, anger, all that rolled into one.
But even though sometimes you have people who can mask that.
Yeah.
They can be beautiful on the inside but miserable on the beautiful on the outside but miserable on the inside.
Yeah.
Just like you said.
That's why it's called the tears behind my smile.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I mean, and like I said, Spice, I admit it. You know what? The thing is, when the girl I cheated on, I should have stayed with because she was everything. And one thing I said, this one was everything, and I was stupid for doing that. Now she did take me back. But she couldn't take the fact that the girl that I left her for was having my baby and kept rubbing it into her face. I'm gonna have his first child. You ain't gonna never be able to do that. And she just couldn't deal with that. And
did you realize that was adding insult to injury?
Yes,
the fact that it's not you trying to let go and forgive, but then you looking at there's a remembrance there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And it takes a lot for a woman to swallow and say, okay, it's not the child's fault. We can work through this. But if it's a man, you find very little men that will sit there and say, okay, I forgive you and I treat this child as my own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's a double standard in both lanes. So, my thing is that we got to not only respect each other's feelings, but we got to also value each other.
Yes, we do. I agree.
Because there is a thing called you gonna reap what you sow.
Yeah. I believe in that. You definitely will reap what you sow. Yeah, it'll come around and get you, yeah. And everything. And that, I mean, like I said, like you said, Spicy, like Dad thought, we are King D, we all human. We made mistakes in our life. We work on that to be better. But like you said, nobody's perfect. And it's a learning experience through life, what you do. And you just work on yourself more and more every day to be better. So, I mean, man, so we all go through some things. And I just want to say, I thank all the callers. But calling, this is what I enjoy. I enjoy when people call. I mean, it's okay to text, but, call us. We'll talk about it. We'll, sometimes we may agree, sometimes we won't agree, but I just want to thank the people that call because, that's what it's all about, grown men talking. And sometimes men need to hear things because, we are men. Just like a woman can't really think for a man, we can't think for a woman. Of course, we can't, we can say, okay, I think this and that, but we're not the woman. But we understand that. And we learn from each other. So that's why I enjoy y'all when y'all call to talk to us. So that way we can have a better understanding between each other. Because I'm 58, still learning, dog. I'm just be real, but 58 still learning. So
you're gonna be learning to the day that you die.
That part right there, until we hit that dirt, we would still be.
But I do want to give props out to the young lady the first caller that called in because it took a lot for her to actually walk away and realize her value. So now that she has walked away, now that she has her control over her own life, she can go on without dealing with the abuse. So I do applaud her on that.
Yeah,
and she knows all the red flags to look for.
Yeah, because nobody deserved that. I mean, I'm just saying, that's just crazy. That definitely was a roller coaster ride, with that going through that stuff, the roller coaster ride. But I really thank her for calling in and just telling us a little bit about the story. So yeah,
sharing her life. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say this. Also, men, please check your health. Dominic, you're a young man. You got a little farther to go, but brother Dez, he's young. I'm me and Mr. B, we the old guys on the block. But just check your health. A lot of men are scared to go to the doctor because they're afraid of if they got something, or cancer, or whatever might be going on with them. But that's the point. And I'm tired of seeing a lot of men getting sick and dying in the hospital because they was too afraid to go to the doctor. And the doctor just say, hey, if you would have came in here 2 years ago, we could have did something. If you would have did this a long time ago, we could have did something. And I'm seeing a lot of men checking out before their time. And y'all need to stop that, man. Go to the doctors. I hear a lot of men like, well, real men don't go to the doctor. No, take your butt to the doctor. Especially when you get that prostate check. If they got to put their finger in your butt, stick a needle in your arm, whatever the case may be, get a check. That way you'll be checking out. Because a lot of us are checking out like that. So, I know a lot of guys get afraid by going to the doctor. But please go to the doctor. Get yourself a physician. Get your doctor that's just willing to work with you and just go to the doctor. So I'm gonna just say this. This is a great show. I'm gonna ask King. I'm gonna ask all the guys on the panel. That they have any last words to say? Because this is definitely was a great show. So King, did I go with you first? What you got to say?
Well, this was a great show, and like Spicy said, I appreciate the very first caller for actually stepping up and being honest,
right,
and saying what both parties and what her part to play in it. That was very, very commendable. That was
right.
But overall, we had a good show, and see y'all next time.
Okay, Brother Dez, what you got to say?
Well, I appreciate all the callers, the ladies for calling in. I really do, because, and I hope I didn't, seem like I was, trying to attack her or anything like that, because I truthfully wasn't, but, and in reference to the topics, the topic, man, the things that we fear, sometimes we have to, I'll just say this, and maybe I'm just talking to myself. Well, I am, but, we have to ask ourselves, whatever it is that we fear, what are we doing? What positions are we putting ourselves in so that those fears don't become realities?
Right. I agree.
What actions and what movements are we making to where we can ensure that we don't even have to worry about that fear, that one day that fear will disappear? So, I mean, that's what I would say, just, be careful what you do. And sometimes the only way to defeat your fear is to face it head on.
Yeah. That's right. You're right, my brother. You're right. And I agree with you, Dez. You're right. And I just want to say this was a great show. I'm truly glad that we had this topic. And I love the experience that came from Brother Dez and Dominique with the things they fear. And, it's a lot more out there. We didn't touch base on it, but men do fear a lot of things. We still learning. And I just appreciate these brothers for coming here and sharing that. And like I said, once again, I want to thank the callers, especially the first caller. We love you, and I'm glad you got that situation. And y'all just keep watching the show. Spread the love. This is how men and women communicate and learn from each other. Because like I said, I'm still learning at this age, and that's what will make us stronger and understand each other more. So we just appreciate y'all. Y'all be sure to join the Women of Vibe tomorrow, because I'm definitely going to look at that show, because I have seen people in that situation where, I mean, damn, if that grown kids running the grown kids doing this and that, no, not with me, bro. No, but that should be a very interesting topic. So other than that, y'all, for me, the King from King D, the Brother Dez, we hope you have a great weekend. Stay warm. Until next week, peace. We out here.
Peace.